Let's get into it. It's crime o'clock, yeah, feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick-tock, won't stop, let the facts talk. Pull up real close, yeah, it's crime o'clock. Clock, clock, yeah. Typically new, neon signs glow, brick wall behind me. Headlines loud, but they never define me. They rush the story, skip the proof. I slow it down, let it show the truth. Files on deck, read every line. Timestamps matter, so does time. If it don't fit, I don't force the frame. Ask one question, whole story change. No fear my voice, no need to shout. Paper speaks when you read it out. If the math's off, I'll circle twice. Truth ain't loud, but it ain't nice. Yeah. Read it again. It's crime o'clock, yeah. Feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick tock, won't stop. Let the facts talk. Pull up real close, yeah. It's crime o'clock. It's crime o'clock. Read it again. They sell a narrative if I sell receipts. Courtroom quiet, but the pages speak. Word for word, no added spin. Let it stand, yeah, let that sink in. Screenshot save, timelines tight. Missing pieces keep me up at night. If they say alleged, I say why. If they say case closed, I say try. No rush here, we do it right. Truth don't bend for the likes of hype. If you came for noise, you in the wrong spot. This is evidence, this is crime o'clock. Clock, clock, clock. Stay with me. This isn't background noise. This is pattern recognition. This is documents. This is crime o'clock. It's crime o'clock, yeah. Feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick tock, won't stop. Let the facts talk. Say it with me now. Crime o'clock. It's crime o'clock. Typically unique. It's crime o'clock. Yeah. If you're here, you're early. If you're listening, you're paying attention. Show starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Crime O'Clock. Thanks for clocking in with me today on this Thursday. Mountain Man, I saw you were first to clock in today. Hello, hello. I saw lots of hello Kims in the chat. I've been watching but could not respond. Clock it, got it. You know, there's that emoji like this. That's what it means. Like, I like it. You're on the PTA. Everyone knows me. And the kids. Oh, hey, Jesse Locks. Hey, G Bean. Blue Devil. Hello. I saw Christina's at the doctor. I hope everything's okay. Hey, Ro. Good morning. Hi, Michelle. I think I got her. Hey, Sweet Pea. All right. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I have something. Crime and Chaos. Hello. Something cute. We're going to start this Thursday with cuteness. Okay. So I have talked a lot about my friend who's also a mod on here, but I go on live while she's working. So that stinks. But she watches and it's Lori. She has a TikTok channel, you guys. And I've talked a lot about how she covered the Prince investigation in the past. She is, I am not lying, his number one fan. She's the one that got me going on her YouTube channel, which is not available anymore, by the way. Long story. Helping her out with her investigation, and she got 2 new puppies. Oh my gosh. And because she's a Prince fan and she got 2 little girls, she named them Wendy and Lisa. So I have to show you Wendy and Lisa. And so with her TikTok channel, it is all about Wendy and Lisa. So you can just follow these bundles of cuteness. If you're on TikTok. It played. You can't hear it, but it's cute. It's so cute. I'm going to meet them today. I hope today. Let's see. All right. Lisa's on the left. See, she's got like a black and white face, and then Wendy has more brown. So cute. Okay, I'm gonna have to tell her that I have to send these into Logan to Bronx Tales for Bronx's friend of the day. His friends. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this one. Oh my goodness, I keep clicking on the same one. I know I didn't put the same one twice. Well, apparently I did. All right, let's do this. Sorry, guys. Go to her channel. It's Lori on TikTok, you guys. Look how cute they are. This is like the day she brought them here, a couple days after she brought them home. They're so cute. What I just did. Wendy and Lisa. Look, they have a little chick. They know what's up. They have a little chick. They're peeps and they don't even know it. And I'm going to be Aunt Kim. They're going to meet Aunt Kim hopefully later today. We'll see. Your dogs are driving you bonkers. I know. They look so tiny. They're so cute. They're so dearly beloved. She has she puts as much Prince theme on her TikToks as she can. And she does. I think the day she brought them home, she used that sound. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to say hello to Wendy and Lisa. All right. So I'm not in an Idaho 4 funk. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed because, I've been doing these timelines with, I don't have my paper that I need. Been doing these timelines of the victims and then Bethany and Dylan, and I'm still going to continue on. But as I was doing that, I uncovered so many paths to go down, different pieces of information to explore, and I think I got overwhelmed. And I think when I get overwhelmed, I like shut down. So, but I know because that used to happen to me all the time as an educator. So 32 years of dealing with that. I know, like, back up, take a break. Like, that's why I went over Mackenzie Shirilla yesterday. I'm like, let me do something different, get back into it. Today, my point is I wanted to share information about like the culture of the frats over there at Idaho. Like, and I've never been on the path that fraternities or sororities actually did the murders in the Idaho 4, but I find it very curious. I'll just use that word. Well, I'm going to use Brent Turvey's word, problematic. I find it very problematic. I like that word. That of the silence from all the college kids, but let's face it, the victims and the 2 survivors in the 1122 house were heavily associated with Greek life. So that's their circle. And Greek life has been pretty silent. And then not only were they silent, law enforcement seems to be keeping information about that hidden. Okay. So that's what I'm going to go over today. And I have an outline that I want to follow. And I got to go find that real quick. I am so sorry. I'll put the puppies back on for you for a minute. It's going to take me 10 seconds to go find it. I'll do a new one. Let me find a new one. What are these guys doing? They have an older sister too, and her name is Electra, you guys, of course. Do you want to listen to the whining puppies? No, I don't even know if I'm showing it. I'll be right back though. I could have been back already. 2 seconds to go grab this paper. Okay, it was right outside my door. Yay. Okay, so here's my problems that made me want to cover the frats today. Plus, we're going to be looking at the inside of some of their houses, and it's just a little bit more lighthearted, but I think there is some information that we can glean also. But why the silence? Why the redactions? Why the hard time to get the interviews of some of these students? Why weren't some of the most important people interviewed, in my opinion? Then we have I mean, you can call it a rumor, but it won't be verified until we actually see the Snapchats, but highly speculated Snapchat conversations notifying Greek life students of the murders way hours before 911 was called. Hours before. We're going to look at that. Issues with the whereabouts of different people. I know that there are how do we want to say it? Concerns, contradictions with Jack Showalter. I have to go back and, I haven't done his timeline or anything yet, but I think there's an issue with when he says he goes to Floyd's cannabis shop and then him not being on the footage there. I think. Who else whereabouts? Definitely Xana and Ethan. And then why don't the people in Greek life, the frat boys and the sorority girls, why don't they help out? Why don't they help out with that? Right? Where's their sleuthers? Why aren't they like coming together and like, where's the criminal justice students from the University of Idaho trying to figure this stuff out? It's your major. The 17-minute phone call, right? That's the things that they're hiding, right? The things that they're hiding. And then we have all these unknown names that they kept from us until people out here on YouTube FOIA'd. Probably not even knowing the names because they were redacted. The names were redacted in the Moscow PD reports. So let's say, for instance, Kai Davis, he was interviewed. His report is in the Moscow police documents, but when you read the report, you didn't know who KD was. But I wonder, like getting one FOIA request, interview led to more. So my point is, a lot of these names were kept from us until we out here on the internet were able to figure it out. And then, of course, Broken Plea has helped tremendously to find out more of the names, right? Who are some of those names? Okay, we didn't know about Kai Davis. We didn't know about him, hanging out with Bethany. I didn't know about Mason Barstow or Eric Runge and their relationships with Kaylee. I didn't know about Allie and that there was a party at Allie's. I didn't know about the Sky Speck girl. I know a lot of people probably did. They probably identified these people maybe on the Grub Truck video or things like that. But I always kind of like saw that stuff and was like, okay. But I wanted it to be verified in like a document or something. And then, of course, we've got Erica. Erica in quotation marks. Quotation mark Erica. Still don't know who that is. And I made my opinion known the other day. I don't think it's Erica Anthony. I don't think it's her. That's just my opinion. Because she was probably graduating from the U of I, getting ready to graduate like her senior year when Kaylee was a freshman, I believe. So I could be. Is it still possible it could be her? Yes, but I don't know. Yep, you guys are still talking about decors. Who was Josie Louderen's boyfriend? That was Lyndon Beck. Lyndon Beck. They're still together, by the way. They do make a cute couple, I have to say. Yeah, Lyndon Beck. They're on TikTok if you want to see what they're up to currently. All right, so let's start with how we know that the fraternity guys and gals, Greek life, they knew about the murders way before the 911 call. Open sesame. There we go. And this is a neighbor named Dave, and Lana at Truth and Transparency was the one that interviewed him. Short clip, just what he said. Let's verify it, right?
You wake up in the morning on November 13th. Can you just describe your day?
So I don't remember like exactly when I woke up. I just remember like waking up and opening up my Snapchat, and there were dozens of Snapchat messages in all the group chats. And I just remember like it was just kind of whack. And then like I got up and I was like getting ready for work, and then like when I kind of like woken up a little bit more, I started to go through them because I did not want to have to read a lot of shit early in the morning. And then I ended up like I was just sitting there scrolling through it, and then opened up the messages, and then there it was. It was like, holy shit, did you guys hear about what happened? Like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm scrolling up, and there's just, I mean, lines and lines and lines of text. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's awake. I mean, and this is before 9:30 on a Sunday. And I remember that because I had to go to work. I ended up not going because I wanted to be with my brothers, right? Kind of obvious. But yeah, and like I don't remember what the exact time I woke up, but I remember like, yeah, we were all talking about it. We all knew about it. And like my boss and my coworkers were texting me later, asking me like if everything was okay. And they had even heard about things. They heard like it was a shooting and stuff like that. So, and yeah, it was kind of weird because like at the beginning, everyone said like, at the beginning, like the very, very first messages where people were talking about the stabbings,
Okay.
or like a stabbing had occurred, and then it changed to an OD, and it was just kind of weird. Like looking back on it, it changed to an OD so quickly, and like nobody questioned it, and like we didn't question it either because we knew there were drugs in that house, and like just genuinely thought like, okay, they got a bad batch, and that's just what happened, right? Because you see it on the news, it happens in bigger cities.
So you said you had to go to work, and you said you had to be to work at 9:30. So this would have happened before, like you got to work.
Yeah.
That
No,
was-
yeah, no, this was definitely, and it was like I don't know, 5-10 minute drive to work, and like I had to like get ready too, so you're talking like well before 9 o'clock in the morning at least.
Did he say the shooting again, Witchy? I thought he did, but then the part I was listening to, first he said stabbing, then to OD. Did he say shooting? I zone out sometimes. You think it sounds like Lyndon? I don't know. I know Truth and Transparency would not have him on if she did not vet the person and know who she was having on, right? So supposedly he lived close to the house. He said several Snapchat groups. So not just one, several. Okay. And dozens of messages about the incident at the house, mentions gunshots. I'm telling you, I think a lot of things in this case, we should go back and look at what were the first things that were said. Because remember, I'll just say one of the moms, first thing she said was a relative called who attended U of I and said, Kaylee was shot up at a party. I want to do a whole video of all the evidence for gunshots. I think the only thing we're missing is the sound on the camera footage, but we know they have messed with the camera footage. So there's parts of that light bulb camera that are silenced. It also sounds like they overlaid sounds on like the loud engine and things like that. So haven't heard that noise yet, but we've got a victim saying fireworks. It's never fireworks. It's always a gunshot. Interesting that Dave said, well, it was stabbings, but then he even said it quickly went to an OD, like was someone trying to cover up something. I don't know. And someone asked a great question. Did Dave go to the police? Dave is a frat boy, you guys. I believe Dave is a frat boy. So, do you think he went to the police? I don't know. Hey, everybody joining in. Hi, Witchy Was. Hi, Itty Bitty Poof. Springwater Pixie. Hello. Hey, Leah. I know I missed some of you coming in. CAO Kane. Hello. How would we know? His voice has changed and I mean, I trust the creator. She's proved herself over time. Hope he calls in Friday night. Who are you talking about? I did not watch Birdie. Who's uncle? Who's the uncle? Oh, I watch Birdie. I like Birdie. I don't always agree with Birdie, but he's a great guy. Great guy and great show. And we can't always agree with everybody all the time. The kid's uncle who worked in Idaho. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I will check it out. All right. Now, I found this fascinating. So focusing on the Greek life, the silence, the appearance of things getting covered up and could you have this many people in a town, like trying to cover things up or not wanting to be forthcoming? And I found a reason why and how that might happen. Okay. So let me find it. Not that one. Okay, it's got to be this one. So let's look at how fraternity and sorority life really work. How does it really work at the University of Idaho? Thank you, Michelle. Snyder, part 1, blue dumpster. It's blurred. Okay. I will pull that up. What are we looking for on there? Did you already say? When you can try and Google Lyndon Beck without knowing his name, Sophia Josie Louderen's name, morning of, he won't come up. At least I wasn't able to find his name. Huh. Oh, like just trying to find like Josie's boyfriend or something like that. Yeah. His interview is available. Someone FOIA'd his interview, I believe. Connor or Christy have it. I'm pretty sure. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Michelle, I know he put something there at 3:20. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, we will pull it up and look at it. Let's and thank you for those super chats, super chat questions. Thank you.
Clock it. So I gotta say thank you. Clock it.
Greatly appreciated. We will look into that. I can easily pull it up because I know Connor's got that. All right, you guys. Short video here, but I thought this was insightful.
So Evelyn just found out this morning that she is now a Gamma Phi. We are thrilled that she got the house of her choice and the house chose her. There's nothing like knowing where your heart is and where she's going to be headed.
My favorite day as an alumni is bid day. It's my favorite day. And I love to see all the women super excited to open their bid cards.
Okay, so first of all, I want you to focus on the alumni, okay? This video is about the gift of fraternity and sorority life at the University of Idaho. And they're starting off with the parents. It looks like they have this like they're in a gymnasium or something. And like all these parents are there. I've always seen like bid days and like, what do they call it when you run to the house and all of that stuff. I had a friend of mine, good, like best friend that I grew up with, went to college with me. Her best friend at college rushed and got into a sorority. Her parents weren't there. Like, I don't know, but here it seems like there are parents in attendance and alumni. Just focus on the alumni, okay?
One of the things that I learned when I was getting recruited into Omega Delta Phi Fraternity Incorporated was that when you join, it's a lifetime commitment. For me, it was more like keeping that connection going on and keeping that mentorship going on. You continue to mentor students, even though I was gone for a bit, the students still reach out to you. They still recognize who you are, and they still ask you for advice.
So he's an alumni. He said he was gone for a bit. I believe he now lives back in Moscow, and they keep that lifelong commitment. And these alumni are way more heavily involved in the current fraternities and sororities than I ever thought. And this video is going to give examples how. So, and just think about the people on the police department, the people in the court system, the people at the university itself, the people in town, the people that rent the housing. How many of them are alumni? Parents?
You know, my parents were really cool about it. They did.
Oh, I wanted to look at this real quick. Look at this house. I'm not sure. Oh, that's Alpha Gamma Rho. Okay. Before I saw that, I thought that looks like the side of Jack Decor's house. That's what the side, like the back of his house, that's what it looks like. But it's not. There's a sign right there that says Alpha Gamma Rho.
You know, my parents were really cool about it. They did come visit every month. They bought a little van so they could come back and forth from Portland to visit. I remember it so clearly. They left. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm all by myself. But I had all these sorority sisters, and it was just wonderful. The Greek life is amazing. It really felt like home.
It just was an amazing experience.
The person that had the greatest impact was an alumni that was pretty active when I first joined the house. I think that's something really.
An alumni that was pretty active when I first joined the house. That was his mentor. That was the person that he connected with the most. It wasn't one of his frat brothers. It was an alumni that was very active.
Important for young men who are just experiencing the world to kind of have somebody to look up to, have somebody that they can call if they need anything, or just have somebody like be there for you. So living here in Moscow now, I strive to be that person for
people you can call if you need anything, you guys. People you can call if you need anything. What sorority was she in? Do you guys know? I don't know about that one. They are powerful people, and apparently they are readily accessible. Just call if you need us.
For the new members coming into my fraternity.
To my future self, breathe in every moment. Become the vandal that you are meant to be.
I think that there's a lot of opportunity to develop yourself in Greek life. Just being able to get out of your comfort zone and experience life through the college and the university and your Greek house.
Oh, I wanted to focus on this for a minute. I have my glasses off, but look at the structure they're building, you guys. I think right here.
I don't feel sad. I just feel excited for him. Like a little emotional. Like I'm sure I'll cry tonight.
Oh, I thought I rewound it. What are you doing? Is this the same? Did this?
So let's dive into a little bit more info about Moscow.
This is not it. Oh my gosh. Take my glasses off and I lose everything. Anyways, we're going to look at another video about that fraternity that built the structure that collapsed. And I thought, oh my gosh, they look like they're building a structure in that video. Kind of ironic. Oh, that's this guy. I'm not going to show this, but there's a video. This guy, it's called Inside Idaho's #1 Hidden Gem Town, Moscow. And he just goes on a little tour of the downtown area. So I'm not going to show it right now, but I'll give you the link in case you're interested later. What did this just do? He just walked around the downtown. Oh my. I don't know. Sorry, I can't. Oh, wait, there it is. I couldn't grab the link. I apologize. You can't think. I know I can't think without my glasses. I can't hear without my glasses. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Trifocals over here, you guys. And I just got them like a couple months ago. So yeah. Hey, Kiss Me. Good to see you. So I that video to me was very telling that the alumni are in that town heavily. We know that they are involved in every aspect of that town. And it's not just Moscow, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. But I guess I was surprised at how like actively involved they are. Like so much that the one kid who was like a new fraternity member was like, oh, one of the alumni was like the person that I connected with the most. All right. So speaking of an alumni, let's check this out. Oh, where's it at? All right, let me see. Sigma Chi. I'm looking for this video I saved. There it is. I knew I had it.
Off of Nez Perce Drive on the...
There we go. Another alumni. This is a peek inside the University of Idaho president's new home. Okay. Now, this was what year? 2019, they built this new home. So I don't know what year exactly Scott Green became the president, but they had a new home waiting for him if he was not the president back then. You can let me know what year he was the president if you know.
The University of Idaho campus, beneath the familiar water tower, its footprint is roughly the same as before. But this on-campus home is looking drastically different these days.
Very unique project.
The U of I has completed the University House. It's the official home of the school's president, located in the same spot, but with a notable rebuild.
This is an amazing, amazing house.
The old home was built in the 1960s and had become outdated. It was also not ideal for hosting presidential events. A plan to remodel the home was first floated 6 years ago, but it became too expensive. The next year, a different plan to rebuild the home was also shot down due to cost. So that's when school architects got creative.
This is the wood beams from the original house.
The home sits on the same foundation from before. The original fireplace is the same. Head upstairs. And the hardwood in the floors comes from a U of I-owned experimental forest off campus. A student logging crew had cut the trees. Some wood in the home also came from the neighboring arboretum.
To be at this point is, it's great.
The total project came in at just...
Okay. I found that part a little ironic. This has nothing to do with the crime part of this case, but they're building the president a new home. And I do like that they're using like their architecture department, the students getting some hands-on experience. Like, I love that. They're the U of I is big on like forestry and park services. Like, that's perfect for the environment that they have. However, they used wood from trees in their arboretum. I just think that's like an arboretum is like it's not a nature preserve, but it's kind of like a nature preserve, right? It's a place that they are protecting and saving and using as like a park for people, and they're just, let's just cut down some trees for the president. Oh my goodness. All right, look at that kitchen.
Under $2 million, but school staff said they wanted to be
a $2 million home for the president,
as fiscally conservative as possible. Hence why the exterior looks a little modest, they say.
Oh, and that was modest. $2 million. $2 million in 2019 was modest. I do love all those windows. Look at that.
They say.
Now, this home was designed not only as a private residence, but also, in a sense, as a public space, much like this room that you first.
Look at that. That's part of the house. That's like it's probably like their entry hall, or I don't know. That's what it looks like. I guess so that they could have like a reception or something in it.
See when you come in,
or, you know, I mean, if you're an alumni and you're having, you're still connecting with the fraternity that you used to be in. I don't know. You want to have meeting space. I'm just being speculative over here, kidding around.
Designed to have several people and host events.
The rebuild comes amidst the school's search for a new president, too.
Of course, we want to attract a great president, but also to have that space where the community and the university can come together.
The construction also served as first.
So this is when they were searching for a president. So I wonder if they already knew. I wonder if they already knew who their president was going to be.
Hand learning experience for art and architecture students on campus, and it followed design practices taught in classrooms not far away.
So the president's house is the university's signature home. It's not only a place for the president to live, but it's a place where the president can entertain.
In Moscow, Taylor Vito, Cram 2 News.
The president entertains, you guys. The president entertains. How do you become an alumni? It's a graduate. So when you graduate with your degree, then you're called an alumni. Like, I'm an alumni of Kent State University in Ohio. That's where I graduated from. And you know, you're an alumni of the school, but then when you graduate, if you were in a fraternity and a sorority, then you're an alumni of that fraternity or sorority. Hey, Becca. Hey, Lady Speedwell. $2 million would buy you a 3-bedroom here in London. Wow. Wow. You can join the Alumni Association too and pay extra money. Oh, of course. Oh, of course. I used to get phone calls all the time. They wanted me to donate money. And at the time I was paying my student loans and I was like, no. No. All right. So just giving some background into the culture here at the University of Idaho with the Greek life, right? Not about involvement with the murders, but just it's obvious, it's evident to us that about the silence concerning information, locations of people, information about the night of the crimes, and it all seems to have to do with the Greek life. Leah says an alumni donates lots of money. Oh, the rich ones do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, I was like, no, thank you. Okay. All right. Now, this is going to be for entertainment, but also for information. So we're just going to look at the home tours of some of these fraternities. Okay. So in my opinion here, let me grab my list. You guys grab a pen and paper if you want to know the fraternities of everybody. I have it right here. So every time, like when I was going through the book or hearing interviews or anything like that, whenever I heard a name and what fraternity they were in, I wrote them down. So it's mostly Sigma Chi. So the Sigma Chi's are, of course, Ethan and Hunter, the Chapins, they're Sigma Chi. And then the interviews that came out with Wesley, I didn't write down his last name, the Wesley kid, Conrad Harrison, Kelvin Cobley, John Fellon. Those were all the Sigma Chi's. I didn't write down Reed Upmore's. Is he a Sigma Chi? I didn't write that one down. Those were the ones that I had. And Peter. We can add Peter, right? Peter. El Garagio, or however you say his name. And then I wanted to show Delta Tau Delta. I thought in the interviews when we heard the police talking to Sigma Chi, there were a couple interviews where they were like talking about the drugs, asking them about drug use and things like that. And the Sigma Chi's would talk about the Delts. Delta Tau Delta, and the cops were like, oh yeah, like we know they're the ones. But talking about alumni, the I think it was Idaho State Police detective that was interviewing them was an alumni. Like he was an alumni of Sigma Chi, and he was interviewing his fraternity members. They're still brothers. Right? We just watched a video. It's a lifelong commitment. So you have a law enforcement officer that is committed to the fraternity that he's interviewing. He's not committed to Delta Tau Delta. He's committed to Sigma Chi, and he was interviewing Sigma Chi. The Delts were Kai Davis. Now, when I say these Delts, think how many people were in that 1122 house, right? Michelle is gifting a typically unique member. Hey, peeps. Welcome to Unique Peeps. Welcome to the team. Let's see who got that. Sweet Pea. All right. And if you guys are not in Discord, make sure you check it out. Come on over to Discord. Jen has been sharing ideas, one of the mods, Jen, and she's going to have some great, we're going to have some great sections over there with information. And we already have things for you to interact with and post on and stuff like that. But she's got more great ideas. So that's coming soon. Welcome, Sweet Pea. Okay, so back to the Delts. Think about how many of these names have been in the 1122 house. Kai Davis, that's Bethany. Jack Showalter. Jake Schreiber, that's Maddie's boyfriend. Lyndon Beck. Lyndon Beck, Josie's boyfriend, is a Delta Tau Delta. Lyndon, he's in that house all the time. Connor Chestnut, Mason Barstow, Eric Runge. So Mason Barstow and Eric Runge reportedly were dating Kaylee at one point. Connor Chestnut supposedly had a fling with Maddie. Lyndon Beck is with Josie. Jake Schreiber's dating Maddie. Kai Davis is dating Bethany. Delta Tau Deltas, you guys. When I realized all this, I was like, oh my God, we've been focusing on Sigma Chi the whole time. But the huge connection, Ethan's like the outlier. Ethan is the outlier. Sigma Chi being at 1122. And then, okay, so Jack Decor, right? So Kaylee, so even more than that, let's look at the girls. Bethany is a Pi Beta Phi. Maddie's a Pi Beta Phi. Who else did I say? Maddie, Bethany. Oh, so Kaylee is a Pi Phi, but she also left her sorority. She left her sorority and she's dating the Delts because it just looks like the Delts have a huge connection with the Pi Phis. It looks like the Delts have a huge connection with the Pi Phis. Now, Xana's a Pi Phi and she's dating Sigma Chi. She's dating Ethan from Sigma Chi. So you can't like read into it too much, but all right, here's the other ones. Here's the outliers. Jack Decor is a Beta Theta Phi. Oh, maybe I looked it up wrong. I don't think I did. I searched and searched for a house tour for Idaho, the University of Idaho, for Beta Theta Phi, and I could not find it. I could not find one. They have all other universities, but not Idaho. I could not find that one. Oh, sorry if I'm being confusing. Who's the frat that had the party Sigma Chi went to when Hudson Linda was killed? I don't know that right now. Sorry, Leah. I don't know. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yep, you can always go back. Yep, you can always go back. And the different frats are friends or enemies. Well, I mean, from their interviews, they said Ethan did not ever have a problem with all the Delts that would be at 1122. So that's what they said. Okay, so I want to look at these houses. So I thought, okay, all these houses have a motto that they go by. It's like an ethics, morals, principles, their principle that they're supposed to live by. They're supposed to live by this principle. So let's start with, all right, let's start with Delta Tau Delta. I thought we could like rank these 1 to 10. All right. So let's rank these fraternity houses 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Like, wow, I'm amazed at like what they have there. Okay. 1 to 10, you guys. And this is Delta Tau Delta. And it is at the University of Idaho. Let me see the year. What year was this? I tried to get close to, oh, this is after. This is 2024. So this is after the murders. But I just wanted us to look inside the house.
Hi, my name is Lucas Miller, and I'm the current president of Delta Tau Delta.
My name's Hudson Fortier, and I'm the current vice president.
And today we're going to take you through the newly renovated house.
Last year around Christmas time, there was a huge shift in temperature, which caused a pipe on second hall to burst.
So yeah, we kind of decided to go like to do like an actual renovation instead of just kind of try and fix it after the flood.
Okay. So murder happens in November 2022, 2023 in the winter time. And this happens a lot, happens in my area too. When you get freezing temperature and then thawing temperature and then freezing temperature, your pipes burst, roofs collapse, things like that. So that's what happened to their house. So they renovated the whole thing. So I don't know. I guess this isn't the best example because now it's going to look different. However, just get the vibe. Let's just get the vibe.
Flood damage. Our door is brand new. All the woodwork in the house is brand new. There's carpets in all the rooms and in all the hallways, and that's all taken out, and now it's hardwood. All the furniture is brand new. All right, this is our trophy room, basically, and a history room. It was our old vice president's room, and we tore it out to open this foyer area and have a nice area for guests when they first come in the house to show some more history.
Yeah, so on the wall we got a lot of just old Delt memorabilia pictures. We have a really cool old Argonaut.
The cabinetry, not like all the desks and the bed frames and stuff is brand new.
All the bathrooms are newly.
So now I just caught this when I found this last night. The Argonaut is with them right now. The Argonaut was doing an article about their renovated house. I wonder, like, fraternities can be associated with like, oh, we have a lot of business majors in our fraternity. It doesn't mean you're only business majors, but like that's what, you attract a lot of the similar. I wonder if Delta Tau Delta had a lot of journalists. And is Bubbly in here? Hey, Bubbly, maybe you know about this. She said they got most of the damaged wet mold drywall. Most. We got most of it, not all of it, but Oh, that's funny. Conrad Conrad. He was the journalist, right? Wait, it was Hudson that drowned. And then Conrad was the overdose, right? Am I remembering this right? Was Conrad the journalist? Because I'm thinking if he was he a Delt? I think he was a Delt. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. It keeps growing more mold. Yes.
Renovated.
Yeah. And the tile in all the bathrooms is brand new.
And then the chapter room was probably one of the biggest things that changed. Kind of turned more into like a hangout room now. Yeah. With the carpet.
Okay. Delta Tau Delta. We don't need a chapter room. And I think a chapter room is where you gather to go over the old, it's like a meeting. It's a fraternity meeting. We don't need that. We need a hangout room. They just turned it into a hangout room.
And all the beanbags and stuff in there.
Put in a pretty big TV. I think it's like 85 inches or something. So
85-inch
all that's brand
TV.
new. All the lighting is brand new as well. And then a lot of these pictures are freshly donated from alumni, and then all the blinds and shades are brand new.
Yeah, we had an interior designer.
A few of them, actually. One of our alumni, Jeff Pigeon, he helped a lot with that. And then Scott Green's brother was a Delt here, and he helped a lot with that.
Oh, Scott Green's brother was a Delt. He helped with interior design. They dropped another name. Remember, you just call your alumni brothers wherever they're at, and they are in everything. Hey, can you help us out with this? Oh yeah.
And then
Gina Wagner.
Yeah, she was.
There's another name, Gina Wagner.
One of the leads on that as well. We have to take care of everything a lot more. And most important is like not just keeping it while you're here, but making sure that it's pristine for future people to come through.
And the guys definitely take a
It's pristine with that little bit of mold that they almost didn't get rid of everything. These fraternity houses are giant. They are giant. Let's see. Caden OD'd. Hudson drowned. Hudson was Sigma Chi. Caden was Alpha Kappa Lambda. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
A lot more pride in living here in the nicer house.
They're proud of that Argonaut.
More than a dozen fraternity brothers.
I feel like I had a better, I'll see, a better one about the delts, but all right, there was the deltas. All right, let's look at the Sigma Chi house. I showed this on another live a while ago, but never gets old, you guys. Let's look at the Sigma Chi house.
What's up, guys? I'm DJ Myers. This is Drew Giacomazzi. We're the 2023 Sigma Chi Rush Chairs.
All right. Wasn't DJ Myers with the Chapins and everybody that went to Maisie's formal? I believe he is named as being in the Explorer going to the Hungadunga. I believe this is him. This is the year after the murders. So this is Sigma Chi's house tour for Hunter Johnson. I have as Phi Delta Theta. And there's a video of him going to the Phi Delta Theta camp.
Let's get a house tour. This is our lodge. This is kind of where we hold all of our brotherhoods, big social events, just kind of hang out.
Okay. So when we're learning about when we're listening to the Idaho 4 interviews and they're talking about everybody's whereabouts Saturday night and everybody at the Sigma Chi party, this is the room where the official party was supposed to be, in the lodge. This is the lodge room. So let's look at this again. So they have a stage.
This is our.
All right. So there's a door here coming from somewhere. That might be, I don't know, coming from the entrance. Not sure. This wooden stage.
Lodge.
They have a kitchen counter area, pop machine.
This is kind of where we hold
water fountain.
all of our brothers.
Look at the doorway straight ahead. That looks like it's going to go into a long hallway. And I want to look at this and try to see if we can figure out where the apartments are, because they said Ethan and Xana were in apartment 4. Everybody went to apartment 4.
Brotherhoods, big.
So this is a huge room where they can like clear it out to make space. They can load it with couches to watch football games
events,
like they did.
Just kind
Looks like an entrance door right there.
of hang out in here.
This is set up. Look at this. This cracked me up the first time I saw it too. Football or a sporting event.
We'll watch the Super Bowl, do some UFC fights in here, and then we'll also watch national championship games. As you guys just saw, those are our Derby Days banners. The sororities paint those in support of our philanthropy Derby Days. We raise money for the Huntsman Cancer Foundation. Guys, we'll show you the study now. Got some guys studying right now. We got 3 separate rooms, one upstairs, one.
Did they ever interview DJ Myers? Don't drink the water. Oh my God, are you serious? You caught meningitis from a water fountain? Oy, oy, oy. Oh, did you find that video on I think it was like an Instagram video or something? I don't know. Do we? Oh, you're talking about bubbly. Just reading your comments. Hi, Jen. All right.
down here with a big table, and then one in the back study. In the back study, we have whiteboard, printer, whatever you kind of need. Up there in the top study is cubicles. So if you want to do some more private work, you got to write an essay, take a test, you can do it up there.
And then up here on the wall, if you see all of those plaques with the blue stickers, those are Blue Peterson Awards. Those are given out to the top 10% of Sigma Chi chapters in the nation. And we have won 10 of the last 11 years.
And then this is our wall of significant Sigma Chi's. It includes Brad Pitt, Woody Harrelson, Drew Brees, just some of the names that have come out of this fraternity.
So this here's the courtyard. This is where a lot of our boys come together when it's nice outside. We have volleyball net, come out here and play spike ball, just any sort of games to get some sun. We have a grill where the house provides propane. So a lot of guys come out here and grill up and just have a good time, listen to music.
We also have a fire pit, which is super nice to have when it's a beautiful night out. We get some wood from our neighboring house, AGR. We just kind of come out here and hang out. Let's head into a 6-man. So this is an average 6-man living room. You can kind of set it up however you want. You can get some couches in here. These guys got like a B-dub set up and have multiple TVs. This is a standard 6-man kitchen. It comes with all appliances already here, fridge, oven, microwave.
So Sigma Chi is not like the high-end fraternity. They have to cook their own food. They have individual kitchens. So in this huge fraternity house, they're putting 6 guys together. You have a common living room and a shared kitchen.
And so we do cook our own food, which is one thing that's very different about us. But with that, we have the cheapest house bill in all fraternities and sorority life. It's coming in at around $2,900 a semester for Friday.
Almost $3,000 a semester. A semester is like August to December. August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. $3,000 for 5 months. Yay.
It's a really nice aspect of the house and the apartment style to be able to cook your own food. A lot of people think that it would be a negative to not have a chef, but I actually think it ends up being beneficial because you're able to cook what you want, when you want, and you don't have to rely on like a chef's schedule.
Oh, no, dude. We're going to watch one of the fraternities at U of I that does have a chef. Oh, my gosh. I cannot believe how pampered these kids are.
Or relying on the food that they're cooking to have to eat. You kind of have your own choice and flexibility with what you want to do.
It's also really nice because cooking your own food will help you build those habits earlier on. We all have to cook at some point in our lives for ourselves. So just getting that down earlier is nice. Also, having apartment dinners is really fun. Brings everybody together and having people over. It's just having that option is really cool. This is a normal 6-man bathroom. You got dual.
So was he calling the 6-man? He called it an apartment. I'm trying to figure out where apartment 4 would be. Like, and we couldn't really tell where he was at.
Amenity and a shower, so you're able to have your space, and we don't have communal showers, so you're able to have privacy when you shower. It's really nice, and everybody's schedule is different, so there's really not any overlap, and you're able to get ready in the morning without any trouble.
So upstairs in every 6-man apartment, there's going to be 2 rooms on both sides, and they're just going to be mirrored with the same things. We have 3 desks, 3 closets, and this is where a lot of guys do their homework. Are able to just hang out in here with the roommates that also live on this side. Upstairs.
So even if we can't find the exact apartment, okay, thinking about where Ethan and Xana and Bethany and Yessie and Peter were hanging out. Were they hanging out? Let me find it. Get before the food. Were they hanging out in this kind of a room? Oh, wait, so this is apartment 13. This is apartment 13. So they are numbered and they look like they come from outside. Are they coming from outside? Let's see.
10.
Can we tell? Can you guys tell?
Hang out.
Is that a roof? Is that an outside entrance, you guys? There's a red door. Yes. And you know, we were looking at that. You guys, I've showed this video before, but this was the year after the murders, and they put a DoorDash bag there. 13. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everybody said to watch this video for like different things. It puts dorms to shame. Oh my God, Bubbly. Oh my gosh. They were in apartment 4. I never even thought of that. Senior, you said it's on the 2nd floor. All right, let's keep looking for things. Put like red flags if you want my attention, if you see something. You think it's from inside the courtyard. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. All right, so going into apartment 13.
Send to a 6-man.
What does that banner say? Oop. Are what?
6-man.
Saturdays are for the lodge. That's what that banner says. Saturdays are for the lodge. Do you remember in the 1122 house, they had a banner that said Saturdays are for the girls? Didn't it say Saturdays are for the girls? Hi, live life to the fullest. 13 was Lake's high school football jersey number. So, I don't know. This is curious. These are a lot of coincidences. So this is the year after the murders. Here's a flag that says Saturdays are for the lodge. The 112 house had Saturdays are for the girls. They're going into apartment 13. I just realized that apartment 4 was the apartment, like 4. The number 4 is significant. The night of the homicides. What else did we see? We're going to see a DoorDash bag that looks pretty. It's set out, obviously, I believe. I don't think there's anything else around. Let's see what else we can find.
So this is an average 6-man living room.
So I was wondering if, let's see what's in this room. Do you think when they said they were hanging out in apartment 4, was it a room?
So this is an.
Do you think it would have been in the living room like this, or more back in their like study area?
Average 6-man living room. You can.
And it seems like when the girls from 1122 would go to Sigma Chi, like, they would bring their backpacks and stuff. If they were going to go to the lodge part, they would leave their backpacks in a room like this and then go hang out in
Kind of set it up however you want. You can get some couches in here.
I don't really see anything in here.
These guys got like a B-dub set up.
There's something on the bottom. What does that say? It's a Keystone light. Can you guys see it? It's a Keystone light flat box. It's flat. And there's 4 batteries right there. Do you guys see? I'm being such a conspiracy theorist right now, but this is fascinating. I'm sorry. Do you guys see the 4 batteries? This means nothing. I'm just looking at the photos. Gamers, you can't even sit at the table. Xana was in apartment 4. Hey, Offie. Oh, I'm sorry about that. They are telling us they have to. I don't know. I wish I could make this bigger. I'm going to screenshot this, you guys. Hold on. You can watch me. I'm going to use my snipping tool. New photo. Let's do this. And we're going to save it. And I'm going to call it Sigma Chi apartment TV. All right, now let me see if I can open it. Well, we'll finish this. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see there's 4 batteries. There's a Keystone Light box.
Have multiple TVs. This is a standard.
Wait, it backed up into something. What did it back up into? Oh my gosh, we're going to have to really watch the kitchen.
Set up and have multiple TVs.
Oh, the whole wall is Keystone Light? The whole wall. The whole wall? Is it, did they like decoupage Keystone Light boxes?
TV. This is
What did you guys?
a standard 6-man kitchen. It comes with all appliances already here: fridge, oven, microwave, and so.
So that box was probably just left over from that. That's probably what that was. All right, looking here.
So we do cook our own food, which is one thing that's very different about us. But with that, we have the cheapest house bill in all fraternities and sorority life. It's coming in at around $2,900 a semester for freshmen.
It's a really nice aspect of the house and the apartment style to be able to cook your own food. A lot of people think that it would be a negative to not have a chef, but I actually think it ends up being beneficial because you're able to cook what you want, when you want, and you don't have to rely on like a chef's schedule or relying on the food that they're cooking to have to eat. You kind of have your own choice and flexibility with what you want to do.
It's also really nice because cooking your own food will help you build those habits earlier on. We all have to cook at some point in our lives for ourselves, so just getting that down earlier is nice. Also, having apartment dinners is really fun. Brings everybody together, and having people over. It's just having that option is really cool. This is a normal 6-man bathroom. You got dual vanity and a shower, so you're able to have your space. And we don't have communal showers, so you're able to have privacy when you shower. It's really nice, and everybody's schedule is different, so there's really not any overlap, and you're able to get ready in the morning without any trouble.
So upstairs in every 6-man apartment, there's going to be 2.
So the DoorDash bag is right behind the guy talking.
Rooms on both sides, and they're just going to be mirrored with the same things. We have 3 desks, 3 closets, and this is where a lot of guys do their homework. Are able to just hang out in here with the roommates that also live on this side. Upstairs, when you climb up the ladder, we have where we sleep. And there's 3 sections, so it's able to fit 3 people up there. You can fit a queen size in each one of your lofts.
This is what we were laughing at the first time. The first time we watched this, I'm like, you guys, you're paying almost $3,000 a month to put your bed in between 3 brick walls with a pipe running through it right there. And you got to climb a ladder. I don't even hardly see a walkway. Like there's like, it's like walking the gangplank to get to your bed. Yeah, there's no now. I heard there's an interview. Oh my God, I got it. Let me write this down. There is an interview or there's an article or something. I know I have it. I know I saw it. And there's a couple different guys who say I think it was with it was an article about the oh my God, I'm sorry, the private drivers. Okay, the private drivers. And they said that they also were the chefs for some of the fraternities and they couldn't stand it. So I'll have to find that. Find chef interviews. Okay. Not that I don't think it's important, but it's interesting. There's a video with DJ coming, and there's a couple of bags on the kitchen counter. Did I miss it? Do I need to back up? You know, my daughter went to college not too long ago, and it's such a scam now compared to when I went to school. Just to give you a comparison, the amount of money that I paid, and I graduated from college in 92. The amount of money that it cost for all 4 years of my college, it's 1 year now. 1 year. So it's like quadrupled in cost. And when I was in school, you would have rent or your dorm cost and your books and your tuition and all that stuff. And then sometimes you would get loans, and they would actually loan you a little bit, just a little bit more. So you could have like, you extra money, for living and expenses and stuff like that. Of course you have to pay it back, but now it's like the housing departments, whether it's dorms or the frats or apartments, they know how much the government is going to give you. And so that's what they charge. So these kids are getting not one dime. It's all going to housing. Like that's how it works now. I think it's such a scam. Yeah, $200. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm going to go back to that kitchen. Notice the number 2 there. I don't know if that's significant.
And it's nice because you get good sense of privacy, and we have wood walls separating each loft, and so it kind of feels like you're in your own little room when you're up there sleeping.
This is a 2-man. This is mainly reserved for upperclassmen and guys who take on more responsibility in the house. By taking on more responsibility, the house rewards you with a little bit more.
Let me back this up a minute. To the kitchen. In this kitchen? It was in this kitchen, Bubbly? Somewhere in here? No way. Oh, it probably wouldn't be in here. You're talking about some other video?
Oven, microwave.
Let me see. I never got any grants. I had to pay every dime of that back. It is for the rest of their lives, and it's expensive. It used to be so reasonable to pay back your student loans, but the cost of living, like income, how much you get paid has not increased. So it's very hard for students unless you get a really high paying job in business, where you can afford to live on your own, pay an apartment, and pay a really expensive loan back. It's really hard. All right, let me go back to the rest of the house. All right, now we're going to a 2-man. Oh, now a 2-man, I believe, is the type of apartment that they went to go hang out in, right?
This is a 2-man. This is mainly reserved for upperclassmen and guys who take on more responsibility in the house. By taking on more responsibility, the house rewards you with a little bit more privacy. It's a similar setup as a 6-man apartment. You got your living room, kitchen, appliances are all there for you. And then in this back room,
Wait a minute. I see some things in the background, you guys. Let's look at this.
is mainly reserved for upperclassmen and guys who take on more responsibility in the house. By taking on more responsibility, the house rewards you with a little bit more privacy. It's a similar setup as a 6-man apartment. You got your living room, kitchen.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Cancer Foundation. Oh, there's someone standing there. That's what I saw. So someone's standing there outside the door. It's a blue door. Looking for number 4.
Appliances are all.
It's definitely an outside entrance. I didn't know that. The Snake Farm? Is that what it says above the door? The Snake Farm?
All there for you. And then in this back room, in the bedroom, we have 2 lofts instead of 3. You can easily fit a queen up there. Some guys even shove a king up there if you really want to. Just goes to show you a lot of privacy. Same living area too. Set up your desk however you want, decorate it. And then the bathroom is a really cool part. Not a lot of college bathrooms are this clean, and you only have to share it with one other person. So it's really nice.
This here's our basketball court, and just like the courtyard, it's a nice way to come down here, get out in the sun, and just hang out while the guys shoot some hoops. We do a lot of 2-on-2, 3-on-3, different shooting games. We have bleachers and couches, so a lot of people are able to just come down here and sit down and hang out.
And if you guys look out, we have the lower 40. It's university owned, but it's in our backyard. They take care of it, and we use it.
What's up, guys? My name's Gus Elwell. I'm the president up here at Sigma Chi. Just wanted to hop on here and say, excited to see you guys this fall, and don't forget to rush Sigma Chi.
All right. Rush Sigma Chi. You graduated from high school in 92? Hi, Buffalo Chick. Hi, Sarah Kowalski. 1-1. Hey, you. Love and Other Habits. It's so non-compliant, right? Don't you think those beds are like a fire hazard? But remember, everybody's alumni, right? Everybody's an alumni. So, let me see. I'll put this on fast speed, but this one's going to be just for mostly because it's interesting. Nobody of interest that I know of is a Theta Chi, but you guys, you got to watch, you got to look at this fraternity house. This got to be the high end one, right? I would rank this like a 10, a 9 out of 10. Look at how nice this is. They have mailboxes as soon as you come in. Okay, this house, I mean, I'm like, this has to be, oh my gosh. Look how nice that is if you're the president. Chef Annie. Oh my God, you guys weren't seeing it. Sorry. Oh my gosh. You're looking at my pretty face. Sorry. Here, let me just show you real quick. We don't have to listen to him, but okay.
Our chapter house. Here we're going to start with the foyer. This is where we have all of our mailboxes and where we store a large majority of all of our.
So super nice foyer area. All right, look at that. Look at that. Their furniture is nice and leather. And look at those doors that open up into their dining hall. This is the
International Fraternities most highest ranking award. So we're really proud of that. Here we're walking down E-board hallway. We're starting off in the President's Suite. So here in the President's Suite, it's a little bit bigger of a room. They have their own patio area and their own.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like sleeping quarters. We kind of give out these rooms to higher ranking positions, like President is ranking #1, just to kind of have more of an incentive for those. Our meals together. We eat lunch and dinner all together. Breakfast we're kind of on our own. Lunch is served buffet style and dinner is served family style. I think family style is pretty nice at the end of the day because we have a lot of guys going through different majors, doing different things every day. That way we kind of have a chance to all meet up, all see what we've all been doing throughout the day. Here we have our kitchen. Our chef Amy makes us lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Mornings, weekends, you're kind of all on your own. That way we have our big walk-in fridge. It's just super nice just because if you come, like we're working on a project late, I come home. That way you have a chance to pick up some food. If you were to miss a meal, lunch or dinner, you just put your name up there. Our chef will actually make you a late plate and have all the food on it. She'll put it in the fridge. You go and heat it up. That way everyone.
Spoiled. I don't think this is the athletes. I think this is a highly academic fraternity. I forget which, let me look at which one it is. Highly academic, probably like an honors type fraternity. And I think it's a dry house. So they're not supposed to have any alcohol in this house. This is Theta Chi Fraternity House 2020.
Gets their food. Here's our scholarship board. This is where all of our members' scholarship plans are marked. Here at Theta Chi, we pride ourselves a lot on grades. We have been.
Yeah, so these guys are all there on academic scholarships, probably, right? Academic scholarships. Oops. This one.
Ranked #1 the past 7 out of the last.
All right, we get that. Now he's going downstairs.
Our theater room. This is
a theater room, you guys. They have a theater
where we have
room.
a lot of events, a lot of socials, a lot of brotherhoods. Our annual Super Bowl parties in
Theta
here.
Chi.
Our annual Super Bowl party. As you guys can see, it's a little bit more of a. It's very clean in here.
He just got yelled at probably for saying something he shouldn't have said, but I don't know what it was.
This is partly due to that we are a dry fraternity, which means that we do not allow alcohol or drugs on campus.
Oh, probably because he said party. So now he's like, okay, well, we don't allow drugs or alcohol
On property. With that being said, we're not the police. We're not here to kind of say what you can and can't do. We understand that it's college. Experimenting is like a normal thing. To me, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You get to go out, have your fun, and then you can come home, kick your shoes off, not walk on sticky floors or like broken glass, and then you can get some really nice rest.
Or cut your finger, your hand while you're cutting.
Up here, this is where our chore board is. How we do chores in our chapter, pretty much if you live in-house, you have a chore. They're due on Thursdays and Sundays, freshman through senior, no matter who, like what grade you're living in. You all will always have a chore. They're pretty quick.
Got to do your chores. This is crazy. Look at this room. Look at this room. Look at this room.
Sleeping porch over here. Right now, how the sleeping porch works, all the windows are open, so it's a little chilly in here. It's kind of cold in the winter, but if you have a heated blanket, you're totally fine. Otherwise, it's a 24-hour quiet zone, which means no boyfriends, no girlfriends, no guests are allowed in this room. It's completely made for sleep. And how we do alarms and kind of like wake ups is pretty much every bed has a number.
He said the windows are open. Just have a heated blanket. You'll be okay. Oh my gosh. To me, though, I don't think that was like a real bedroom. I think that was like a nap room or something. I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't think that was a real bedroom. And then he's like, just put your name on the board and we'll wake you up. Like, you don't even need to set an alarm.
Your number has a tag. You put your tag up, and then there's a guy that's chores to come and wake you up on that morning.
That's a chore.
Wake up here we have a day room, and pretty much in the day room you have 2 people live in each day room. We will never cram more than 2 people. You have space for a closet, a desk, so workspace, area for a TV, all of that.
Honestly, that's like a typical dorm room. That's exactly what a dorm room looks like. They'll shove 2 of you in there, use a bunk bed, and then, tiny, tiny space.
All those kind of essentials. As we keep moving down, I want to talk about philanthropy.
All right. So not a fraternity that's really associated with the case, but you could see the difference. Yep, looks just like a dorm room for their bedroom. All right, now let's get into some of the issues with the fraternities. And again, I just wanted to do a show today, like Idaho 4 focused on the fraternities because of the silence. And if you joined late, I showed a video that was talking about Greek life at Idaho, the University of Idaho in general, and the town of Moscow, and how the alumni, like, we know everywhere across the country, once you're the alumni, you've graduated from the university and you were in a sorority or a fraternity, you're connected for life. But that video I showed really highlighted how close the alumni are to that university, the things that they do for them. And this whole Greek world of creating this silence and protection, to me, it looks like a protection. So let's look at something that happened at Beta Theta Pi. Let me see. Which was Jack DeCour's fraternity. So this happened, it happened after the murders, but it had happened before. So now let's just start looking at some of the issues. And again, I'm looking at behaviors. I'm looking at like, what's this Greek life really like? Okay. What's maybe like the darker side of it? Okay. Oh, and the other thing, because this has to do with a football, the football team and a fight with the football team. Now, you may have seen videos where people are talking about the Shark Tank apartments, which is the one, it's right next to the 1112 house with the camera. It's the longer one next to that. And Xana used to live there. And there are interviews where people said, or it was one interview where someone said, yeah, I remember the football players showing up to like maybe a party they were having. And apparently Greek life wants nothing to do with the football players. So it's weird that the football players would keep trying to like intrude. Like, why are you doing that? It's very weird. There's also rumors from WSU Mom Kim of a football player being at Jack Decor's house. Okay. Jack Decor is a Beta Theta. What do I got? Beta Theta Phi. And that fraternity just so happens to get into fights with football players. Like, what's going on? What's going on? So let me find that one. This one. This is on Taylor Avenue. And this is from a channel called True Crime Questions with Me. True Crime Questions with Me. So it's like an electronic voice, I think, but
Welcome to True Crime Questions with Me. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's take a look at the Beta Theta Pi fraternity, more specifically the chapter at the University of...
Oh, I have it on high speed. Sorry. There are documents and things cited in this. It's not just like a random AI type thing. Get the speed back to normal. There we go.
Idaho. They claim to develop men of principle. This is all alleged and speculation.
See, that's the other thing about these fraternities. We are men of principle. We are men of honor. We follow our code. And, you know, when you look at fraternities, you know, back in the day, I don't know. Maybe it's always been this way, but they have this like front of honor, a code of honor. But then we look at these behaviors they have.
So we've all heard, history repeats itself. Here's more of just that. Here we go again. This is the Beta Theta Pi fraternity house built in the mid-1920s. The University of Idaho Beta Theta Pi house sits on the northwest corner of Idaho and Elm Streets in Moscow, Idaho. Why discuss Beta Theta Pi? The why matters. Beta Theta Pi frat brothers were involved in some questionable activity on February 16, 2024. Another football game, another frat fight. History repeats itself. The Beta Theta Pi fraternity brothers were involved in a very large fight on the 600 block of Taylor Avenue in Moscow, Idaho around 10:45 p.m. Allegedly. On the 16th of February 2024, Moscow PD responded to a large altercation on the 600 block of Taylor Avenue at approximately 11 o'clock p.m. 24M01058. Citizen dispute, 600 Taylor Avenue, Moscow, Idaho, 83843. Time reported 22:42. Multiple people trying to fight. Officers responded to a large fight. A report was actually taken.
A report was actually taken. That's how you know a real person, even though it sounds like an electronic voice. You can have, use a voice like that if you don't want to talk. You know, a real person wrote it because they said a report was actually taken. What is negative? What is negative, Kim? What is negative? Hi, Kane. Kane. What happened, Kane? Hi, guys. Oh my God, what? You got T-boned. That resulted. Oh, your car was named Christine the Elantra. Oh my God. Oh my God, Kane. Oh my God. Did you get checked out? Like, that's bad. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Yes, you guys, please go to Kane's channel. Yes, we're still here. Wow. Rest up, Kane. Rest up.
Moscow police responded near campus just before 11 p.m. because of a large fight with multiple people, according to a dispatch report. Moscow Police Captain Tyson Barrett said witnesses reported many of the people involved were football players. Is there any record of football players or others being arrested for this incident? The fight took place at a party with nearly 100 people attending, Barrett said. 2 to 3 students.
Tyson Barrett. Tyson Barrett.
Were treated by EMTs at the scene. The department is currently questioning people who are a part of the athletic program and reviewing video footage of the night, Barrett said. No one had been arrested or charged as of Friday.
Oh, they probably let them all go home, right?
Director of Athletics Terry Golick said she and the school's football coach, Jason Eck, are aware of the incident from Saturday that involved members of the football team and that they are currently prioritizing the health, safety, and well-being of their athletes. We are working together to bring resolution to this situation, Golick said. None of the players have been suspended. And Golick does not know how many players were involved, she said. Dean of Students Blaine Eccles wrote to one of the injured students in an email Monday that the school has opened an investigation into the fight. In the email, he said the incident was a tumultuous event involving a lot of people, and that the student was on the receiving end of some physical altercations. Will the University of Idaho take any measures with the fraternity to prevent a future incident or something more severe?
You guys, what's the answer to that question? Will the University of Idaho take any measures with the fraternity to prevent a future incident? Hard no. Hard no.
Beta Theta Pi President Michael Ferris said their chapter is cooperating with police and the university at this time.
So apparently the Spokesman Review did an article on this in February 16th, 2024. Why does the football team have such an issue with the Greek life? Why don't they just go do their own thing? What are they doing? There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. Do you think they're over there trying to score, like the football team's trying to score, not just on the football field? Kane, are you having issues? Do I need to yell at you? Where are you at? Let me see. What's going on, Kane? Timmy Reed. Oh. Kane, don't wait. Don't wait. Like your body is telling you something. Your body's telling you something. Go to the emergency room if you're worried about like insurance and stuff like that. Just go to the emergency room. And you can always ask for like a social worker and they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And you can ask for that person right away and tell them your concerns, Kane, but don't not go. I am jumping down your throat. That's right. Pay him $2 a month. My grandfather actually did that one time just to make a point. All right. Go back to this.
Does this name sound familiar?
Yeah. Why do we know Michael Ferris? Who's Michael Ferris? Michael Ferris.
They are looking to get this issue properly and promptly handled so that our fraternity and the Greek community do not have to continue to worry about the football players acting in this criminal manner. Ferris said
So it's the football players that are acting in a criminal manner. Does anybody know who Michael Ferris is? I mean, of course, I'm going to research it and try to find it myself. He's obviously the representative from the fraternity, and he's calling the football players criminals. Is there like a gang war going on between Phi or no, Beta, Theta, Phi or Pi? I don't know if it's a Pi or a Phi at the end, and the football team?
via email. Ferris declined to go into detail about the fight due to the ongoing investigation. How many times can the truth be hidden in cases like this in the Idaho 4 case? The truth cannot be hidden forever. What would justice look like in this case?
I would love to see this body cam footage. Oh my gosh. The cops rolling up to an all-out brawl between the football team and a fraternity. I might have to FOIA that.
Should the University of Idaho suspend the football players from future game time? What about any other students involved? What happens to them? Should there be academic consequences imposed on the students? Is anything ever going to be done about the reckless behavior of the U of I fraternities?
I said hard no, hard no. There's not going to be any consequences. And you think they're going to suspend football players? No way. No way.
Should there be arrests made in this case? How severe are the victims' injuries? Without the truth, there is no trust. Sometimes you just can't have one without the other.
Ooh, I like that graphic right there. So you got TRU. And you can either have a TH or a ST. Truth and trust. I like that.
Sometimes you just can't have one without the other. Will this be the next big issue swept under the rug?
Of course.
Time to hear from you. Leave a comment below.
All right. So, what was the other one? So, Beta, Theta, Pi. Okay. Now, most like fraternities and sororities have a reputation. They have a motto. They have a type of person that they want to have in their sorority or their fraternity, the type of person they want to develop. And, you know, it's like I guess you'd call it a stereotype, right? There can be the fraternity that's more like the jocks. There could be like that. It was more of a preppy, bougie, academic focused fraternity, right? There can be the party house, the animal house. The Delta Tau Delta nationally are known for like being the bad boys. They're like the bad boys. They're rough. What's a motto? Like you're saying, my motto was, I had a couple of them, like outside the box was not like think outside the box. What do Carlos and I say? I don't know. You put me on the spot, Kane. I can't think. So the deltas are like the bad boys. Phi, delta, theta. Like I'm sorry, beta, theta, phi. Like you look at Jack Decor. I can't look at Jack Decor and be like, what kind of fraternity were you kind of like? Because he was a tennis player, right? Wasn't he on the tennis team? What was that fraternity like? I could not find a house tour of Beta Theta Pi at University of Idaho. I couldn't find one. I could barely find them at all on the internet, which was interesting. So talking about, and I'm going to end with this, the National Fraternity of Beta Theta Pi got in big trouble at Penn State. So Penn State University. So I think this is important because they're following the same principles as members of this fraternity. They have principles like, be men of honor, they would have a principle like that. So you guys probably heard this. Where's it at? Also, remember this?
Wednesday night that left one man in critical condition. Graham 2's Christian Garza has been following this story all day and brings us the very latest.
Today, the family of one Moscow man is trying to wrap their head around what happened on Wednesday night here on the University of Idaho campus that left their son in a medically induced coma.
He's the kind of guy that everyone loves. He's like everybody's best friend right out the gate.
A friendly face nearly unrecognizable after a fight on the University of Idaho campus almost killed him on Wednesday night.
It's a parent's worst nightmare.
It is. It's the last call any parent wants to get.
His parents, Adam and Amy Dawson, say, in fact, at one point, it did.
I immediately dropped him to my knees and prayed right by his bedside because, I don't want my boy to die.
The man has been identified as Austin Dawson, a 26-year-old DoorDash driver. Video taken that night shows Dawson getting into a fight with a member of the Phi Delta Theta fraternity on campus. Moments later, you see a group of people rushing to help.
Thank God for them and thank you. Come and help our son.
According to a press release from the Moscow Police Department, the fight started just before 9 p.m. Dawson's family says his injuries were so extensive, he was life-flighted to Lewiston, where he remains in a medically induced coma.
We just want him to live, man. I just want my boy to live.
Sorry, I was doing something while that was playing. Did they say what fraternity this was? That's why I played it. I think it was. Did I write it down? University of Idaho. Let me see the description. What are you doing?
Idaho campus on Wednesday night that left one man in critical condition. Graham 2's Christian Garza has been following this story all day and brings us the very latest.
Phi Delta Theta.
Today, the family of one Moscow man is trying to wrap their...
Oh, that is Hunter Johnson's fraternity. So Phi Delta Theta, this is Hunter Johnson's fraternity. So our principles are get into a stupid fight with a kid whose basketball, like our basketball ran in front of his car, and then beat the living crap out of him so he lands critically ill in the hospital. Right? That's what the fraternities do. So this is Hunter Johnson's, I believe, fraternity, Phi Delta Theta. I'm going to go back to Jack Decor's fraternity. That's what we're just looking at here. We're just looking at behaviors, incidents. Let me find the other one. Just claps. That's the inside. That's the gift. What's it called? Penn State. Did I not save it? Hold on. I know I have it. Oh, this one. Okay.
More than a dozen fraternities.
So now this is not Idaho. This is Pennsylvania. This is back to Jack DeCour's fraternity, Beta Theta Pi national, right? Nationally. They got in trouble for hazing. There was a death, I believe. And here's what they did. Here's their ethical morals that they follow. Their principles.
Brothers have pleaded guilty in the case involving Timothy Piazza's death back in February 2017.
The brother whose trial is now coming to an end is Braxton Becker. The previous fraternity members' plea agreements were largely for hazing and alcohol violations. According to the Center Daily Times, Becker has been charged 3 times with allegedly deleting video of the incident. Deputy Attorney General Megan Matafari read messages she says Becker sent to his fellow brothers to the jury, including one that said, quote, "I could see if I could erase last night." Judges in 3 different Center County districts all dismissed the charges initially. In November, Becker was sent to District Judge Carmen Prestia Jr. The trial is scheduled to end this Friday.
So again, we started with looking at alumni, people who graduate from these universities that are in these fraternities. And, I always knew it was like, hey, I'm going to find a lawyer for a situation like this, maybe who used to be in my fraternity. He'll really go the extra mile to help me out, right? I always knew that. But at Idaho, at Moscow, it was like the alumni are there. Like they are hands-on, which took it to another level for me. So I would assume if that's happening in Moscow, it's probably happening in other places. This kid, like there's several of these fraternity members that got charged legally with being involved with a death of a student during a hazing event. And they deleted video evidence. I can't, oh my God. So I have not followed this case. I don't know a lot of details about this case. I'm sure it would probably only get worse if I look into it and see what actually happened. I don't know what their sentences ended up being. Let me see. This was 6 years ago. 2019. So this is even before the Idaho 4, right? It's a culture, I guess was my point today. So I'm going to dive into Jack DeCour's timeline, Jack Showalter's timeline. They are both mentioned in the official timeline in the book. Jack Showalter has quite a bit in there. It's interesting. They focused on Jack Showalter and Connor Chestnut. I'm interested in Jack DeCour, not for Jack himself, but for the blood that was found in his apartment and for the connection of a football player being in his apartment. It's just, that's problematic for me. I'm going to keep using that word. That's problematic for me. Alumni should not be working this case at all. I agree. Law enforcement, it's like conflict of interest, right? Conflict of interest. What did Sarah say here? I feel like it's a lot to do with decriminalization. Oh, yeah. Right. And that's what they'll do. They overcharge and then they drop the charges. They lower them. Yeah. Oh, someone asked about Jack Showalter. I feel that came out about him being kicked out of the fraternity, probably the first 6 months once we found out who hoodie guy was. I feel like that information came out way a long time ago. And kudos to the person for figuring that out. However, now that we've seen interviews and body cam and police documents, I don't think he was kicked out. He was not living in the house. So I feel like he was still, because if you listen to his interview, the cop asks him about dues, like, oh, is that like how I pay my golf dues at the golf club? Do you still have to pay? You're not living in the house, but you're still a member. Do you still have to pay your dues? So that was my interpretation of that. I'm not saying I'm 1,000% right, but it does seem like he was still a member to me. I would have to see more evidence either way. It's like the kids have parents or family members with bigger. Yeah. Clearly, especially after watching that. Where were they at? They were in Washington. The Conrad video that Logan had got over on Bronx Tales, and the way that officer interrogated that kid. And it was the student who overdosed, right? It was his friend that he was staying with. He tried to act like he didn't have drugs in his apartment. He tried to act like he didn't do drugs, and the cop did not give up. Now, this is in another state, far. This is not in a college town. And that's how they handled it. That cop was like chef's kiss, handled that situation great. But it had to be done not at a university. If that would have happened on the university, it probably would have been very different. But that cop got that kid to show him where he had hidden his stash. He got him to tell the whole truth. He put a lot of pressure on him. Yeah. And so clearly to me, and that kid, seeing that kid have all that those substances in his house, and the connection of that, and then saying those kids were my friends, and he was associated with a fraternity back at University of Idaho. There's a connection. The kids were with Demetrius and Emma Bailey. They were getting stuff from them. Someone OD'd and died. The kid they're connected back to the University of Idaho. So there's something to that. It's clear to me. So I'm going to end with that. And this is going to lead me into the fraternities, looking at timelines with students who were members of these fraternities, and see what we can find out, right? So fast. Are you talking about one of the friends that left, Bubbly? Do you think that more friends were there? I think there were more friends from there. Because remember, he said, I invited some of my friends, and then now all of a sudden there's only one. Only one came. I just think they left when they found out about the kid ODing. That's what I thought. Christopher. Yes, Christopher was the friend. Thank you. He left immediately. Oh, I got to look into this. Maybe I'll do that to connect before I start doing. Well, I can do the timelines too. Christopher. That's the Christopher video. There's a big connection there. Especially to Emma and Demetrius. And I'm telling you, even like there's many of us out here that have said from the beginning, like Emma and Demetrius, look suspicious. And we've had gut feelings, and we say it for a reason. Like, they're seen at the house. People are talking about them. We're hearing their names. We're not making it up. Like, we're hearing it from different places. And lots of those suspicions we had, or those first little trails that we started to go down, have been confirmed. So don't rule that one out. Don't rule that one out, because you've got the research. Yes, Bubbly. Yes. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Bubbly. You helped me out so much. You guys, please make sure you go over to Bubbly Waters' channel, watch her videos. She has amazing videos over there. She's always got the info on who's who and what's going on. Kane, I'm going to hound you, Kane. Go get checked out. Go get checked out. I'm going to find out who has your phone number, and I'm going to tell them to keep calling you. Don't mess around, Kane. Thank you, Ro, for dropping Bubbly's link. All right, you guys. Thanks for clocking in with me today. I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm clocking out for now. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Subscribe. It's free and keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew now, right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. That could be unique, yeah, that's you and me. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear. Show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. It's free, it keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew, now right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. Yeah, that's you and me. Don't forget to like, hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear.